Okay, so this is gonna be a bit of a ride. I wasn't even planning on making this video, but after what I saw, I couldn't not talk about it. You know the couple I've talked about before? Yeah, those two. Well, they just dropped a full response video. And not just any response, like 40 plus minutes of full on we're the victims energy. So they finally posted their big dramatic telling our side of the story video. And of course, it's 44 minutes long. Emotional music, black and white filters, the whole thing. So today we're gonna go through it together, and piece by piece. Because while most of the video is clearly directed at someone else, let's be honest, mostly Hyoga, so I watched the whole thing twice, unfortunately, and now I'm here to break it all down for you. Because what they said, actually wild. But before we dive into the serious stuff, let's rewind for those of you who are new here or missed what's going on. This couple, let's call them Aemilst and Kim, are known for their super edited, very over-the-top relationship goals content. Think kissing with dramatic camera angles, emotional monologues about loyalty, and a lot of spicy jokes that they swear are just teasing. They're also known for blocking anyone who criticizes them, suing literal teenagers over hate comments, and copyright striking videos they don't like. So, you know, very positive energy only kind of people. But over time, people started raising questions about the audience they were attracting, about the way they talk about loyalty, and about the way they respond to any kind of criticism. They've allegedly blocked hundreds of people, sued teenagers, and sent copyright strikes over commentary videos. So when Hyoga, another creator, spoke up about it, they didn't like that. And now, this video is supposedly their response. They open the video with that classic, "we didn't want to make this video" line, followed immediately by a 40-minute rant, like, okay, sure. Then they say, this isn't to bring anyone down. And the next second, bam, the thumbnail has devil horns on Hyoga's head. Right, totally respectful vibes. From the start, they do the usual. We didn't want to make this video. This isn't about drama. We just want to speak our truth, which is code for we're about to spend 40 minutes painting ourselves as victims. Then they talk about how this all began with Hyoga attacking them on his story, except that's not how it happened at all. What actually happened is that they threw indirect shade first about the kinds of people he follows. They were implying things like he clapped back, they escalated, but their version is all cleaned up to make them look passive and innocent. Hyoga was very clearly responding to them. They had already made shady comments about the people he follows, including half-naked girls on IG, and implied he was disloyal. And then he replied. But in their version of events, that never happened. Apparently, they were just minding their own business and got unfairly dragged. Yeah, no.
Yours on here. It will be nice.
It's been a while since the last time we posted a vlog. We honestly didn't plan to make this video, but you know what this is about. We feel like everything could have been settled privately with a, proper conversation, but since things have been taken to public, our names are already being discussed, we think it's only proper for us to explain our side of stories as well.
Yeah. We stayed quiet for a long time. Not because we didn't have anything to say, but we felt like there was still space for respect. That respect wasn't returned, and here we are. And just to be clear, the purpose of this video is not to bring anyone down.
He has devil horns in the thumbnail.
You deserve to know the truth. And things like, my baby doesn't need Photoshop, and joke about a nose job.
Aemilst, if you really think that this was about you, then I'm sorry, you're the most self-centered person in this universe.
We did post a video working out together, and the caption was private gym because it was private, but we never said it was ours.
The main point here is for everyone to stop being hypocrites. Just don't twist our closeness into weakness just because you don't have it. All started when he posted on his Instagram stories attacking us publicly. There are the proofs.
He made it sound like he just wanted to talk, but everything that followed was nothing but an attack. He started by calling our marriage fake, in secret just to get a reaction. He mocked our legal action like it was a joke, fully knowing we have been struggling for over a year just to get justice, and he still chose to make fun of it. He also brought up my past even after I apologized, just to turn people against me over and over again. I tried to end things respectfully, but instead of choosing the same, they responded with blame, mockery.
One creator, Hyuga, from accusations to twisted stories and even making fun of our legal.
He mocked our legal action like it was a joke, fully knowing we have been struggling for over a year just to get justice, and he still chose to make fun of it. He also brought up my past even after I apologized, just to turn people against me over and over again. I tried to end things respectfully, but instead of choosing the same, they responded with blame, mockery. But turns out it was all true. And you know what's even worse? The fact that he lied about me just to make people attack me even more. He commented on one of the hit videos chats at 7:14 and he has the screenshots. Alright, let's check together and see if that's true. Let's check the one I said sure. Wait, I'm gonna post it to your... It's on July 30, 2024. Let's search it on my Discord server chat. And yes, it's still there. Same sentence, same date. Now let's take another one. I said I'm doing great here, sweetie. Same date, July 30. And still there. So why lie? For what? What's the motive? If not to make me look guilty on purpose. Honestly, that's not just a lie. That's manipulation. We're done being bullied, he said. Since the one who has been the bully this whole time.
Used to be kinda close with Hyuga, but we ended our friendship last year. We weren't just online friends. We actually talked a lot, supported each other, and me and Kim's, we even wanted to see him grow. When he started his YouTube journey, we were so excited for him. We were one of the people that helped him out with whatever we could, like giving him YouTube strategies.
This is definitely the type of advice Hyoga got from them. So your audience is definitely a bunch of kids, but make sure to shove the camera like so obviously close to his face when you do those fake pranks. And basically, when you're just doing stuff that you would never actually use a camera for, just make it really obvious. But they're a bunch of teenagers, so they don't know, okay? They don't know that they're being fooled, but just make it blatantly obvious. Also, lie about your position and be like this rich CEO person, but also don't even put any effort to lie. Just put him in some blank room and have him check his phone or something, or give a speech with like no background. And just, yeah, your audience will eat it up.
And all the things that we have learned from our experience. And then
she did help me get started. She told me what buttons to press. Press here, press here, press here, and just keep posting. That's what she told me. Pretty easy stuff. That information is available in a simple YouTube tutorial.
And yeah, sure, you can Google all those things yourself, but
that's not the point, because you got that information from celebrities like us, and now you owe your soul to us for the rest of your life. And if you ever dare criticize us, you'll pay.
that's not the point. We gave our time and energy because we wanted to help.
Dude, I'm friends with other YouTubers, and some I'm not even super close with, but that's basic human decency. I give them advice, they give me advice. It's not me, like, being this special, kind person. Everyone does that on YouTube. You're not special, and who cares? You gave him some basic advice. That's, like, completely normal for YouTubers to do. It might seem super, super sweet and unheard of because, like, her audience are young kids and they don't do YouTube, but coming from someone who has a ton of different connections to other YouTubers and stuff, it is so normal. Like, everyone does that. So she's not special, but she's trying to pretend like what she did was.
Because he was our friend. We never expected anything in return. It wasn't about credit, but what we honestly didn't expect was for him to downplay all of that later like it meant nothing. I was being sarcastic about him doing art contests right after mine.
Somewhere around the 10-minute mark, they bring up a creator who has been twisting things and making light of our legal experiences. She pulls up some Discord messages trying to prove that nothing was deleted and calling out someone, probably Hyoga, for lying about it. Which, okay, fair if that specific example is true, Blake, but she conveniently shows only 2 messages, both super polite, not the rude ones he said were missing. If you're going to prove someone wrong, show the full thread, not just a snippet that makes you look good. then comes this part where she and Kim say they helped Hyoga grow his channel out of love and that he owes them nothing. But also, he never appreciated them and downplayed their help. I don't know, guys. If you give someone advice and then use it later as ammo during a fight, was it really unconditional? Plus, the advice they gave was just basic YouTube 101 stuff. Press this, post that. Like, thanks, but then why bring it up in a video that exists because he criticized you? It feels a lot like, we did stuff for you, so why are you calling us out now? Guys, that's not support, that's leverage. Also, most of the help they showed was super generic. She also goes back to the time she accused him and Teddy of copying her art contest. She now says it was sarcasm. Y'all, I saw those messages. That was not sarcasm. She was mad. And now that it looks silly in hindsight, she's trying to backpedal.
Oh, so we're doing art contests now? What a coincidence! What if I say, I'm not a fan of your contest? My reaction to that, can I not make art contests?
So, Hyoga, do you get deja vu?
It wasn't because I cared about us doing the same contest. I really don't. Because anyone can do anything they want. But again, I was just trying to make a point. I just wanted him to realize how quick he is to call people out while doing the exact same thing himself.
So in other words, it wasn't sarcasm? I'm just kind of confused.
It was never about the contest. It's about the double standard.
So before we move on to the breaking point, I just wanna explain to you guys what actually happened last year. Some of you might remember the issue we had in our Discord server where I got upset at my own fans because I felt like they weren't there for me while in reality they actually were.
I said a few harsh things to them and
A few? They said, I have no idea what you're going through, and your response was to tell them to go F themselves. Who even says that to their fans? I don't even care, like, if she's clearly only sorry now because she's getting tons of backlash. She does not care about her fans, let's be honest. The amount of times, no, she's not. But, like, really, a few times, there's like 50 examples of you telling them to do the worst things because they literally just said, oh, I'm sorry, Aemilst, I hope you're doing better. You're like, you know nothing about me. You've never been there for me. You're only here for yourself.
I really regret it.
So now let's get into the breaking point. I will admit that I once made a mistake calling out a hater in our broadcast channel on Instagram. Looking back, it wasn't the best way to handle it. And I've learned from that, not everything deserves a reaction. And I want to take this moment to say sorry, even though I've apologized before.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know, I've done it before. Why are you guys still bothering me about it? Can we just move on? All I did is put someone on blast, and I'm currently suing people hating on me. And I also have copyrighted people hating on me. And I've also blocked people hating on me. I block anyone who hates on me, in fact. And I've also, but I've apologized for this specific example, guys. So just move on.
I edit my photos sometimes. I think it's normal for people to, edit their photos because who doesn't want to look pretty? Who doesn't want to post good photos online, right? But one thing for sure, I've never claimed to be all natural or anything like that. Again, editing is normal. It's just a tool that most people use. But for Teddy to comment things like, my baby doesn't need Photoshop and joke about a nose job during this exact timing, it just doesn't feel like a coincidence.
I do agree that that was very immature of them to do. I didn't really know about that. So this is a fair point made by Aemilst, but she, on the other hand, has also made comments about Teddy. So overall, in Teddy's stomach size. So overall, it's kind of like the cat calling the kettle black, not cat. Pot calling the kettle black. So it's just kind of a he did, she did situation. They did it after they found out she body shamed Teddy. So once again, I don't think that's the most mature response, but it's kind of you get what you get when you throw around these insults type of situation. You're welcome too for editing it down. This video is 44 minutes long, and I'm going to make this video short.
Next, they start explaining why they block so many people and delete comments. They say it's about their mental health, that they're protecting their peace, that it's a boundary. And look,
us doing it, but it's a choice that we stand by. We know for a fact that we can't make everyone likes us. Again, it's about the target audience. And the least we can do is by protecting our peace, protecting our space. Some people think deleting comments is childish. and cringe. But to me, doing whatever it takes to keep your mental health in check, that's just smart.
Delete comments. They say it's about their mental health, that they're protecting their peace, that it's a boundary. And look, I totally respect boundaries, genuinely. But there's a difference between protecting your peace and silencing every single person who disagrees with you, especially when you're publicly calling people out. If you can dish it, you have to be able to take it. Mental health is super important, but it's not a get out of criticism. But it's not a get out of criticism free card. Like, you can't say we block everyone because we're protecting our peace and then use that as a reason to block people you literally posted about. Like, if you're going to post about someone, let them respond. Another big thing, they swear their content isn't for kids. They show their analytics and say only 20% of their audience is minors. First of all, that's still a lot. Okay, but one, those stats are based on what people say their age is. And two, if you post shorts every day, you already know who's watching. You're not clueless. Like, don't pretend your audience is 35-year-olds sipping lattes in suits. Then they proudly say they label their content not for kids. Everyone does that. That just means you want comment sections and monetization. It's not a parenting badge. Then comes the bit where they talk about their Instagram subscription. They claim it's just spicy holding and nothing explicit. But people who have seen it say otherwise. No, there's no full nudity, but it's very suggestive and very much not what you'd expect from a couple who claims their content is wholesome. They also say things like it's not explicit, which feels like they're appealing to their younger audience. Like, see, we're still safe to watch, when they're very much not. Like, they try to justify it by saying it's our relationship. We're allowed to be affectionate. Like, sure. But again, you're posting it publicly on platforms known for younger audiences. You can't pretend you don't know what kind of attention that invites. At this point, Kim jumps in to say, we're just expressing our love and that the spicy teasing is part of our brand. Cool. But again, you post this stuff publicly on a kid-heavy platform, then complain when people are uncomfortable with it. You can't have it both ways. They also talk about how they think following half-naked girls online is disrespectful in a relationship, even if your partner is okay with it. Like, okay, that's your standard, but why are you pushing that as the universal rule? They say we just have different definitions of loyalty, right? But your definition doesn't make you more respectful, especially when you shame other people for not living by it. Near the end, they start doing the whole inspirational speech thing. We're just in love. We're misunderstood. If our love makes you uncomfortable, maybe you need to reflect on yourself. And like, no one is mad that you're in love. People are mad that you weaponize that love, that you act superior because of it, that you call people out and then play victim when they respond. You can't market yourselves constantly and then get mad when people start analyzing the marketing. Also, for people who claim they don't care about drama, y'all made a 44-minute cinematic response. Just saying. So yeah. Overall, the video was pretty much what I expected. Like, it's long, like it's overly polished. It's full of, buzzwords like respect, peace, mental health, and misunderstood. But when you strip all of that away, it's mostly just like, damage control. They didn't take real accountability. They just reframed everything to make themselves the victims. Anyway, I hope that helped you make sense of what happened. So you don't have to suffer through the full 44 minutes like I did. You're welcome. If you made it this far, comment so I know you're a real one. And that's it for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.